Hello, hello, hello. Okay, all right, Facebook. Okay, Facebook family. I'll be waiting for you all to come on, and then you know how we do it. Give people a good 5 minutes, and then we'll get started. If you out there, say hello. Say hello. Definitely appreciate that. I do see some people on. Okay, on this look. Winter, we definitely had a winter day today. Okay. And so I was like, okay, Lord, you just gave me more time to go over the lesson for today. So if you're out there, definitely say hello, hello. I see people coming in. Definitely appreciate you. I had just let Facebook family know that we are live. Okay. Thank you, Stephanie. Steph. Okay, letting everyone know we are on and we are live. Bible study. Okay, hello, hello. Bible study. We are live Bible study. Man, when I tell you all this lesson, okay. All right, Mr. Gary. Okay, my mentor. Yes, good evening. When I tell you all about this, man, this lesson today, which I'll be saying it plenty of times, but woo, it's just something about when God gives you a lesson and not knowing that you're going to experience things pertaining to that lesson. And I must say, in the last, I want to say last week, the last 2 weeks, thank you as everyone come on. I definitely have been experiencing, and I'm gonna tell you the our lesson for Bible study tonight is peace versus chaos. Are you the problem? And I'm telling you, it just was tested. Man, we get tested on so many different levels and just about people. And we just have to be able to control ourselves. And I'm telling you, I mean, we're human. And it just seemed like that some people, you could be the nicest, kindest person, I mean, that you ever want to be. But it just seemed like because you don't know what's going to come from others, it can be real hard because it's like, wait a minute, you know, and for me, so I can know I will collect my thoughts, I go very silent. I don't know for the next people, the next individuals, Facebook family, I know when stuff is going to excel for me, I'm quiet because I don't want to think thoughts and I definitely don't want to say it. Okay. Peace versus chaos. Are you the problem? Absolutely. Thank you. Thank you, my sister Tasha, for just putting it up there as we wait for individuals to come on. Not me. Absolutely, Stephanie. I know you're going to say exactly. Okay. And I must say, no, Stephanie, you have, knowing you in over the 20 some years, um, you have changed. Whether I don't want to people to think that you're wuss or anything or weak, but um, as the years went by, yeah, I could tell people where you were and where you are now. So I definitely would say you changed. Thank you as everyone come on, come on. Once again, I'm just going to introduce myself. I am Sister LaShaunessye Williams. I'm coming from Breaking Through Barrier Ministry with pastors being Maurice and Shireen Hicks. I know that my pastor had hit me up, so I do know that they will be joining as well. And then I had some others that had reached out to me and they was like, ooh, Shani, okay. They was like, where do you be getting these topics from? And I just told them, look, when I either get off from talking or speaking like tonight, but actually did something today a little bit different. He actually gave me the next topic for next week. I mean, not next week, next month. So he did something a little bit different because I'm used to the topic coming after I do Bible study. So I'm like, okay, however God downloads it. But I'm going to start off by letting you all know, and look, a little bit telling on myself, because look, I can't teach God's word if I don't share any of my experience. And so I'm going to share this because it may help the next person. And let me just tell you, one of my tests, and not everyone knew this, but I'm going to say over a week ago, the policeman had pulled me over. Yes, me. And I was sitting up there and I was like, wait a minute. I'm thinking that the person was really trying to get around me because I know I ain't do nothing wrong. And so I pulled over, and the gentleman, he walked up to the car and he was like, do you know why I pulled you over? And I'm sitting up here looking at him like, no, not a clue. And so he said, well, I don't know if you knew this or not, or maybe you forgot you didn't put your turning signal on. Now, look, knowing that I'm about to teach this lesson about peace versus chaos, I knew at that moment, I was like, I'm not going to sit up here and argue, especially with, a police officer, even if I know I'm in the right. I just wasn't gonna do it. I was like, oh, okay, I know where we're going with this. I was like, it never fails. I tell my friend Stephanie and my sister Tasha, it never fails the week before delivering God's message, the Bible study message. It just I don't know. I just go through some crazy stuff, and I don't want to bear witness to it. So as the cop came up and he was like, I just need to see your driver license and I need to see your insurance card, all that. And so when he went back, before he went back, he said, okay, based on if I don't see any warrants on you, he was like, then I'll let you go. So I nod my head. He said, wait, am I going to see some warrant on you? And I looked at him. I was like, no. I said, I'm agreeing with you that you're not going to find no warrants and then you're going to let me go. And he was like, oh, okay. So he came back and he was like, I just need to see your insurance card. And I was like, oh, wow. I think I, left it on my desk at work. I said, and I don't work too far from here. He looked at me, and y'all, this is when you know that peace, that it comes over you. I didn't argue anything. He looked at me, and the first thing he said, I believe you. And coming from a police officer, it meant a lot. And he told me, he said, look, just be safe, be careful. Um, just make sure that you use your signals, all that. And knowing that I did, because it's something I'm used to, he said, just have a drive careful and be careful. Before I knew it, I said the same thing to him. Because how I know that he didn't need to hear that from somebody. I said, you do the same. And it went just like that for me. And some people was like, okay, good evening, okay, my play mom is on. And look, I was telling a story about, we talking about peace versus chaos, and I was just telling them when I was pulled over like a week ago, and how the officer, because I didn't sit up here and fly off the handle, that he looked at me. And when you want somebody to know that you are sincere, look them straight in their eyes. I looked him straight in his eyes, and I meant it. I was like, look, I don't have not a clue, but I know you got to do your job, and okay, I'm going to give you whatever you need. I went on my merry way. But you all, that was different from me, because I was like, okay, wait a minute, Lord, I know that I'm about to teach this lesson about peace versus chaos, and are you the problem? And see, guess what? If I had flew off the handle, you all, right at that moment, I would have been a problem. Because see, all I would have had to do was give him what he asked for, and it would have went as smooth as it went. But say if I was not that so nice, and when he came, and I've been like, no, sir, you didn't see me. If I just was flying off the handle and flipped at the mouth, it might have worked out a little bit different for me. So you all, I want to go into reading um some verses, and then we're going to dissect them. And man, he gave us a lot today. So I was like, Lord, please let me be able to get through this within this hour. He can speak promises of hope and comfort over our circumstance. And so remember, we talking about peace and chaos. And no matter how it may look, Okay, be careful about how things may look or seem. Does not mean that that's the final answer. Okay, peace versus chaos. Yes, that's it. That's it. And so one of the scriptures, and I was like, well, one of the things that I wanted to really read so we'll have a good understanding of hopefully what we will walk away from or walk away with. These Bible verses remind us that true peace comes from God. And we know that. He gives us comfort and strength. And through prayer and faith, we can experience the peace that surpasses all understanding, even amid chaos and uncertainty. Okay? True peace, man, versus, okay, and I see my pastor is on, Shireen, okay? Pastor Shireen. And I know that Maurice is somewhere close because he did reach out to me on Facebook. So I'm going to start off by asking you all, and just let me know. Look, we calling truths today, and Facebook family, let's just talk. Okay, let's talk. Do you think that you are a person who is grounded? And what I mean is, sometimes in life people have some direction or pretty much have things organized in their life. Or are you that individual? Because I'm telling you all, I came across a lot of people within this year to 2 years that literally get, I don't know, they get happy, they be excited when it's mess in the game. And if you know what I mean, some people just like being messy. Okay. And so, man, yes, Lord, all understanding. So I'm learning, and this is something growth. We all growing here, and we protecting our peace. Okay, well, at least we gonna learn how to protect our peace. One thing that we could do for sure, you all, is don't take things too personal. Observe things first. Sometimes every reaction, and I know we have heard this, every action doesn't need a reaction. Okay. That's where we can most definitely lose our sense of peace. Okay. Knowing that people are looking for you to respond. And I'm telling you now, some people be looking for you to respond. They know like the I want to say they know the right buttons to push because we human. Okay, we are definitely human, and we got to stay within God's word because people will take us to another level. And just making sure that they don't take you from something that you know that you are, just by prayer, meditation, with doing whatever you need to get that sense of peace. I tell you, man, go in your special corner, go in your car, wherever you need to get those prayers in, whether they have to happen quickly. Because let me tell you, when I'm talking to God, I be like, Lord, I need your help. I need your help right now. Because it be that serious. Sometimes people will be right there, and it's like, Lord, if you don't want them to see the other side of your daughter, please help me. I'd be like, Lord, please help me. I was like, I don't want nobody to take something away from me or to see me in another way because of somebody else's actions. I'm telling you. But in the same token, you are, for me, I don't know, other people may not view this, but for me, I don't want something to be out there that is not true about me and I don't say anything. I know sometimes it's good to just walk away, but some things, if people are putting it out there, I just believe when stuff is just left out there and you do not address it, and y'all let me know if I'm wrong, if it's about your character. I mean, you ain't got to be nasty with it. We talking about peace versus chaos, and you could just simply just tell the truth or say something about yourself. No, that's not me. You're wrong. That is not my character. I'm this type of way. I'm this type of person. And so just let me know, in the comments. Am I wrong if someone attacks my character or someone attacks your character? I know sometimes it's not easy to walk away, but we can be, I want to say we can be lady and gentlemen about it and still address it, and be respectful to one another. So just let me know. Uh, ooh, do not compare ourselves to others. Embrace your uniqueness. And this is what we're talking about by protecting our peace. Okay. And by doing that, having positive, just energy, encouragement. Uh, yes, I know my play mom would definitely address it. I definitely know that you would address it. And I just want everybody to know, because I don't want people to think, oh, Sister Williams is just on here and I'm not going to come real. I'm going to come as real and truthful as I can, because that's the only way we could grow. Okay. And then I don't want to be a hypocrite. I'm not going to sit up here and tell you all something and then like I'm goody good two shoe, but I'm going to tell you, I'm going to try to do my best and be my best, and definitely going to pray and ask God for strength and guidance. Okay. And so we're going to talk about, you all, these scriptures, man, just in and talking and reading and researching one of the scriptures, John 14 and 27. Okay, you would address it as well, Stephanie. Yes. Peace I leave with you. My peace I give to you. Not as the world gives it, do I give to you. Do not let your heart be troubled, nor let it be fearful. And what I got from this was, this peace is different than what the world would give. And you cannot earn this peace, okay? But it got to be constantly, I want to say, just good energy where you are not worrying. Okay. Peace will not come if we are worrying or if we have fear, because that's not a God. Okay. So I definitely want us to understand, if we're trying to get to the level of having peace in our life versus chaos, versus having a lot of things go wrong, um, you, it's just certain things that you can't allow in your spirit, and that's definitely worrying and being fearful. Okay. So our second one is Philippians 4 and 7. And the peace of God, which surpasses all comprehension, will guard your hearts and your minds in Christ Jesus. Ooh, and look, at this point, when I was reading, letting us know that God's peace is available to those who pray, who give thanks in difficult times. Okay. Sometimes you have people that think that they can solve all the issues. Okay, Stacy, I have my moments that I could be peaceful, and I also have my moments that I can cause chaos as well. It just depends, and I'm being honest about me. Absolutely. And I appreciate that, you all. I definitely appreciate that she had told her truth instead of having me tell her truth. Okay. Definitely someone that I know, but look, it's your light shine before me. Absolutely. Absolutely. Okay. Definitely that they will be able to see your good work. Absolutely. And once you do that, once people are able to see that they can't feather your buttons or push your buttons, sometimes people just walk away or go away. Well, at least we hope. Okay, because we will get into that part of chaos that some people just really like for things to just go bad, whether they cause it, whether they at the forefront of it. Some people, you just, I mean, you just have to walk away and pray. You got to pick those moments where you know that this battle, it definitely belongs to God. And some people, I don't care what, they would just, I don't know, they just love things to go wrong, things to go bad. Okay. And you don't know the outcome of things. So sometimes it's just good to have that peace, that sense of peace over you, because you do not know what the outcome will be. And so moving on to another scripture, let the peace of Christ rule in your heart, to which indeed you were called in one body, and be thankful. Ooh, having peace with others, you all, other believers. Okay. letting peace guide you, and being at the forefront. For me, I know that I could say, if I'm in a peaceful place, it's just a sense of joy just come over me. And I don't know if you all ever been in that position where it just seemed like everything was just, I don't know, everything was good. You was in a good place, a happy place, and just the sense of peace. Man, I'll take peace, man, any day, anytime. Okay, some people are just messy, yeah, and I'm learning that. Okay, some people just really like to be involved in mess, and you just have to shake your head on them and keep moving. And so our next verse: pursue peace with all men and the sanctification without which no one will see the Lord. Okay, actively, okay, work to live in peace, enjoy God's presence. Okay, having God's presence in the midst, even when we are going through stuff, knowing that He is there with us, knowing that we are not going through those things by ourselves, will definitely give us the strength to be an overcomer. Okay, I believe in being an overcomer, definitely with things that we have no control over. And the one thing I can tell you all with that peace, understanding that even though we know that it's things that we cannot control, I'm just saying, sometimes, and I had to learn this, you all, because I'm not going to say I try to put my hands in things, but I just learned that if I don't have no control over it, why am I get this headache? Why am I stress about it? Because I can't change it right now. The only thing I can do is pray and pray that it changes. And so, yes, Lord, peace, man. I can't even say it no more. That is very important, just to have God's love and God's peace. And so I definitely want to. I'm gonna continue with the peace, and then we'll move into the chaos because, whoo, okay. Being diligent to pre- preserve the unity of the spirit in the bond of peace, coming from Ephesians 4:3. Oh, we may be in need of God's help and maintaining peace, walking in peace. Yes, bless one, the peacemaker, for they shall be called the children of God. Absolutely, absolutely. And so, and thank you for that. We have Psalms 34:14, verse depart from evil and do good, seek peace and pursue it. Avoid evil people. Woo! Words and actions, you all. We gonna I'm going to ask you all if it was ever a situation, and you could just tell a little bit in a comment, that you found yourself surrounded by someone that was evil, and it didn't have to be someone that you just met. It could have been somebody that you knew for a long time, whether it was a friend, a relative, whatever, and you saw that you all were going in two different directions. Did you maintain that friendship, knowing that that person was on another plane? Did you feel, because of the loyalty that you had for each other at that particular time? And thank you, Lord, for that, because I wasn't going to even have this as one of the questions, but did you find that you were obligated to stay friends with that person, even though that you know that they were causing some of their own hiccups in their life? Or did you walk away? And then just be honest, whether you stayed friends with that individual, or the things that they were doing, the chaos they were causing, did you say it was just too much and it's just time for me to walk away? Or did y'all remain friends? And did you overlook those things, knowing that, oh, okay, that's just them? I mean, some things, do we just look over and say, oh, that's just them? No, got away from the wicked. Absolutely, absolutely. And thank you just for, man, she put that in caps too. My play mom was like, no, she got away. And so, and that's good. You got to know when the time, what they say, when the time to fold and where the time to go. You got to know that within yourself, because see, if all that chaos that's in them and all that wicked and everything that is in them. What they say, birds of a feather flock together. That means that all that stuff will bounce off of them, and then it will bounce in you, and then you will wonder why these certain things are happening or why things are going a certain way. That's because you keep entertaining chaos. Okay, so that was something that God had through in them, because that wasn't even a part. But I thank you all for just being honest about things that you have experienced. And Second Peter first chapter, second verse: grace and peace be multiplied to you in the knowledge of God and of Jesus our Lord. Ooh, experiencing the abundant increase of God, and just knowing when peace comes, it's an increase. You'll see an increase, whether it's in your health, whether you're able to get better sleep, whether if it's something that you ask of God, you will feel it, and and all the things that is needed in order to, I want to say, to go to the next level, you will receive it. Okay, peace is one of the fruit of the spirit. Absolutely, in Galatians, yes, yes, definitely is. And it's nothing like, I don't know, just having, I can feel. And y'all tell me, if you walk in a room, because I was just, thank you, cousin. Okay, Kiara. I was just talking to someone, and I knew, unless you are not in God's word, you probably wouldn't know what she meant by this, but I did. She was like, man, you know what? Need to, and in certain workplaces, just certain things you can't do. But she was like, ooh, the air is so thick. And I was like, yeah. And she got my attention, because when somebody tells you that the air is so thick, I said, oh, don't worry about it. I said, I anoint the room, because whatever is not going to stay here. Okay. And so, have you ever been in a circumstance that you were in a room, or whether you walked in a room, and it was like, it was, and I'm going to say, the air was so thick. Okay. And it was just so much you could tell that was going on right before you walked in there. Have you ever been in a circumstance, and hopefully never in church, I pray, but I'm saying, have you ever walked anywhere, whether it was in a friend's house, whether it was at a gathering, hopefully never at a church, but have you ever walked in somewhere, and just the atmosphere, it was just not no sense of peace there, and it was kind of hard for you to stand in that location, or to stay, or did you immediately go into prayer? Have you ever been in that situation? And I know for myself, I have. When you know that people are not on the right path. I have actually walked in the room, and I was like, you know what? When you say peace, be still, everything calms down. Absolutely. And I know I had walked in the room, and I was like, you know what, Lord? My father had raised, and my mom had raised a person who is not ignorant. And I knew at that time that one person, she had a lot going on. And I was like, Lord, I'm going to just walk in, and I'm going to just speak to everybody, whether she speaks back or not. Can't nobody say I did not speak. I walked in and I said, hello, everybody. And then I walked away. And I kind of chuckled to myself, because I was like, Lord, I didn't want to single out people. I'm telling you all about this peace versus chaos. I just didn't want to single out individuals by calling them by their name. I wanted to, hey, say that one hello, and be done with it. Okay. And so, okay. Oh, so we know that God is strong enough to control every and anything. And one of the things that we talked about was empower and calm his people. So even in the midst, when we know that people are there and they not there for the sole purpose of peace, remember in the funeral and we started, oh, absolutely. Yes, yes, absolutely. And you all, man, I could not explain it, but it was my play mom, and we definitely looked at each other. We felt it. And I was like, when you there and you trying to support someone too. It's hard. You're trying to support people, and you know that certain people are there. And we was just there for support. And immediately, what did my play mom do? She pulled out the oil. She was like, "Come here, daughter." She was like, "Let me put some oil on you because we don't want nothing that is in this building to jump off of them, other walls, into us." And so I was grateful for that. Um, when you trying to be there for a friend, sometimes you could find yourself somewhere that you really don't want to be, but you want to be that support system. Okay. And so let's see, you all. We're gonna go into some of the chaos. Woo. Okay. And then we're gonna talk about things that we could do to help with peace and chaos. Okay. Um, mm, this is one of the scriptures, 1 Corinthians 14 and 33. For God is not a God of confusion, but of peace, as in all the churches of the saints. God does things we know of order and harmony. And for the most part, you all definitely wanted to say, uh, hmm, have you ever watched a person? And I'm telling you all, I experienced this too. Oh my goodness, thank you, Lord, for this. Have you ever been around somebody who threw the rock and hit their hand? I mean, stood there, caused all the commotion, all the chaos and everything, and sat on the sideline like nothing had happened? Have that ever happened to you? And I'm telling you, they were in the midst of the person, they was the person who caused all the commotion, and you sitting back and you watching them and you like, yeah, you just came in here, did all of this, said all of that. Yes, okay. And now you're gonna sit on the sideline, act like you don't know what's going on. And you were the problem. You were the person who caused it. And you got so many people, they'll tell you that I'm petty and I'm messy. Look, it's a time and a place for that. If you're amongst your friends, I agree. Hey, do you? But when you're in a work world or you're at church or whatever the case may be, some people have a sense of humor, but not everything is funny. And so I'm just saying, for those individuals that you sit and you watch and they just and they chuckling underneath because they know that they just cause disharmony. Okay. For those individuals, we just have to keep them in prayer because that means they ain't got enough going on in their life. Okay. And thank you as everyone come in. Thank you. We are talking about peace versus chaos. Are you the problem? Okay. And so John 14:27, peace I leave with you. My peace I give to, that's right. Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Lawrence. Okay, peace I leave with you. My peace I give to you. Not as the world gives, do I give to you. Let not your heart be troubled, neither let them be afraid. Okay. So I'm gonna ask, and I just need for everyone to just to be honest. How many of us want something lasting, even when we are faced with difficulties? Would you rather be faced with the difficulties knowing that it's a sense of peace over you, or would you mind, okay, praying for that when I walk in the door? Absolutely. Or would you mind, I mean, just being in the middle of chaos? I mean, I have to ask you because each individual know what they like, what what they would rather be surrounded by. And even though if a person said one thing, you all, I'm an action person. Okay? Action. You tell me something out of your mouth and you do something different, I ain't gonna lie to you. I'm gonna see the difference because you can say anything out of your mouth, but if your actions say yes, I'm this type of person, or yes, I'm sneaky, okay, peace, Lord, okay, yes, I'm sneaky, yes, this is who I am, no thank you, and walk away from that. Absolutely. Because to me, having a sense of peace, and you don't know how these individuals may be living and the things that they're going through, and then they be wondering, this the part that gets me, you all, they be wondering why so many things is going a certain way, or why they are experiencing certain things, and it's like, you really want to just sit them down and say, look here, sweetheart, let me tell you something. You're going through this because of you. And some may get it and some may not get it. Okay. But the thing about it is, if you sit up here and you watch these individuals and you see the things that they do and the things they say and then you hear like conversations and you like, okay, you the problem. And for some, I don't know, blinders, I don't know, blinders are on. I must say, blinders are definitely on. But I was like, and look, I can't even say you all with the young people, because look, we were young at one time. And I'm here to tell you, being young, especially for me, growing up, I'll say definitely my era, I just turned 55, that we had more independence. But I'm saying I'm not taking away from the ones that is now in their 20s and 30s, because I don't know how people had grew up, that they may had to woman up or man up. Okay, not gonna take anything from them. But some you have to sit back and you have to look and think. And after a while, when you hit 21, with the chaos that's in your life, you can't no longer sit up here and blame this on your parents or your guardian, whoever had raised you. At some time in a point in your life, you're going to have to take the responsibilities of the things that you embark on. Okay. And so we're going to talk about, okay, this one. Proverbs 25:28. A man without self control is like a city broken into and left without walls. You all, that was deep for me. That means poor decision maker. Your decisions may cause harmful consequences. And look, I'm gonna just ask you all, and just be honest. Are you that person when a situation come or a circumstance happen? Do you think it through or do you react? Can you just type, I think it through, or you being honest, I react. And then as I wait on those answers coming through, I'm gonna move on to the next one. But we are talking about peace and we are talking about chaos. And we hope when we walk away from this Bible study that we learn some different skills or some just doing stuff different. Okay. And so just let me know, are you that person that, man, you think things through, or it depends on what it is, or you react? And so I look forward to hearing those answers. And I think we had even talked about this one that I'm about to bring up. Have you ever had to walk away from a situation, and after you walked away, did you consider yourself, or did you allow others to define you as saying that you are weak because you walked away? But I don't. God stopped me, and okay, and you stay stop, and you say stop. Absolutely, absolutely. Sometimes you all, and it's okay to talk to ourselves. Trust me, when we are faced with chaos and we faced with, man, just circumstance beyond, it's okay. I think it through now, but I remember when I just react, and it's called growth. Absolutely, absolutely. And just sometimes, and as we talked about considering yourself weak or just walking away, do you give it that energy? Okay, and we're talking about, we want to live with peace. Okay, I don't know nobody on purpose who want things to just go wrong in their life. Okay, or want to be faced with situations and not have, man, God on their side or solutions. I'm just saying, I don't know nobody. Well, okay, I kind of take that back a little bit because I ran across some individuals that I always told them we can never will do anything. No. Okay, but I'm glad you don't see yourself as that. And that was one thing too, you all, that I talked about, and I know I said prior to, don't allow people to define you. You know who you are, okay? You know who you are in Christ Jesus. Man, if people say that you are one way, hey, let them think that you're weak. But for me, it's just a matter of having peace. Because the minute that I release and I do not react, that situation goes away. or that person walks away. And then you got some people, I ain't gonna lie, they just gonna keep at it. It depends on the situation and how I'm feeling. Lately, I keep in mind that I do have a lot to lose. Right. That that's it. That's was that then, but not now. Okay. Man, Stacy, that's what I'm talking about. You all know your worth, know what you have to lose. Because some people, if they don't got nothing going on for themselves, they don't care nothing about messing up your stuff. They don't care if you are in a crossfire where people see your other side. They don't care nothing about that. And so I agree. Some things you just have to look at them and be like, you know what? Is this worth it? No, this ain't worth it. You just have to shake your head and say, no, this ain't worth it. And so in the middle, as we go on to protecting our peace, I'm going to just give some steps on how to gain a peaceful life. You could do meditation. We training our minds to let go negative thoughts. Practice gratitude. Appreciate the good. Have you all just for me, it's the little things. If someone does something for me, it's truly the little things. My boss always tells me that. She funny. Okay. Thank you, Mr. Dolores. Okay. Look, it's the little things. Do you appreciate the little things, the good in people? I find myself, I think people, it could be any little thing. If I ask them if they can go and tell a person X, Y, and Z, I find myself saying thank you because look, the person really don't have to. Okay. Uh, oh, spending time in nature. I know that one of my friends, King Patrick, definitely loved the nature, the outdoors. Yes, the small things. Self care, exercise, health, eating healthy, getting sleep. Okay, look, and we talked about this one, you all. And believe it or not, this will help with your peace walk. Forgiveness. Let go all that harsh whatever it is, and peace will start surrounding, start uplifting, start strengthening you when you let go of those things that we don't have no control over. Set boundaries. It's good to have boundaries. Okay. Acceptance. Accept things you cannot change. You all, that's something that I had to learn, and it wasn't easy for me because I realized with me, I may want certain things for certain people and certain individuals, but I can't be mad if they don't want it for themselves. And even though I know it will be good, okay, I know it will be good for them. Thank you, cousin Kiara. I know that it will be good, but if they don't want it for themselves, I got. And I want the goodness. Remember, you forgive for yourself and not for others. Absolutely. And I want the good for them. But if they're not willing to take it on, I gotta pray and walk away. Okay, setting those boundaries, acceptance, accepting the things that I can't change. Okay, ooh, journaling, and that's something that I want to get into. My niece always tell me I'm good. You all with writing stuff on sticky, and she gave me, and I even bought a calendar. Yeah, I gotta find that calendar because I just bought it. I'm good with, and that's just the creativity in me. You got to learn what works for you. Okay. Um, I like to write things down. I might have this piece of paper, you all, and right now, this is, I want to say, and it keeps, okay, it ain't gonna let me do it. Right now, I want to say that it's neat. It's like in lines, but I like to write all over the paper. Okay, serenity prayer. Yes, that's for me. That's how I get my thinking on. I get my best thinking. It doesn't have to be in a straight line for me. I mean, I could get. I come up with some creative stuff, and that's just me. Okay. Um, how to avoid chaos. Ooh, create routines. You all, if you're not a person that likes to do routines, get in a practice. Yes, you so. Get in the practice of routines. Uh, Prioritize. Okay, put things. Yes, you do. Absolutely, I do. Identify what's important. Okay, and then that would alleviate those chaos situations, those things that is unbalanced. Okay, declutter your space. Declutter your space. Time management, that is important. And that's one of my pet peeves as far as money and time. I like to try to get a lot of things done. It seems like the time just flies. So remember, once again, we're talking about how we can avoid chaos. Um, Seek support when you need it, whether it's talking with a friend, whether it's talking with your pastor, whether it's talking with a mentor. Seek the help. Okay, I just believe that it's if it's some things that you just cannot control or some things you don't have an answer to, um that next person might have experienced it. So it's okay to see a psychiatrist. Add to the list talking with a professional. Yes, therapist. Too many unhealed and unloved people walking around. Man, man, my musketeer Stacy, you are talking, you are, man, you preaching. There is too many people that, I don't know, they are so scared to be labeled. I think that's what it is, you all. And um instead of receiving the healing, some people, I don't know, they just want to be stuck. Don't be stuck, you all. It's just too many ways that you can seek answers. And I remember I was telling y'all at one time. I remember when I was going through something. I was going through a depression, and I promise you, I had one parent that was sitting up here, and she was telling me I was just like her. And y'all, when she told me that wasn't a good thing. I was like, oh Lord, I'm in trouble because I saw in this young lady what she was going through. Y'all, I started flapping my wings. I was like, Lord, you got to get me out of this situation. She just compared me to her, and I know that she personally going through some stuff. So I agree with you. Okay, Stacy, definitely get the answers, seek the answers, find the love within yourself. Look, it's okay to give yourself self hugs. It's okay to give yourself a pat on the back because sometimes we may not just get it from those individuals that we are seeking it from. Okay, because guess what? You hoping to seek the love and the pat on the back for somebody who may not even like themselves. Mm, something to think about. Okay, why people not faced with peace or people go through chaos because some people just may not like themselves, like the skin they in. I'm just look. We talking. We real talking. Okay, today. Limit distractions. Okay, limit distraction and healthy boundaries. Protect your time. Okay, because time is important. Okay, we talked about that, but limit your distractions. Don't allow others. And you know what, you'll find some people will come in, you could be in the midst of anything, a midst of something, and people would come in, they'll say something, they'll do something, and they'll become a distraction. Don't allow that distraction. Okay, continue to go about your day, continue to do the things that you want to do, but set those boundaries. Okay, definitely set those boundaries. And I'm hoping you all, with these steps right here, if you're not doing any of them, I'm hoping that you take them on. Okay, go in your peaceful place, man, have that meditation, have that talk with God. If you that person that have to talk to individuals, um, if you don't mind talking, talk. I said, talk it out and pray it out. Okay, talk it out and pray it out. Okay. And remember, I talked about earlier, if you are grounded and oh, hanging out with positive people, people who encourage you. You all don't be around somebody, and you know it. You know if that person is for you or if they not for you. You know if that person is jealous of you. You know it. If that person can never clap for you in the midst of you doing good or exceeding them or excelling in something that that they have not quite done yet, then that might not be the person to be around. Or let's just see, you ain't gonna, let's just say you're not gonna find any peace in that. So don't be afraid to be around those individuals that if they choose not to clap for you, you may need to change your atmosphere. I'm just being honest. Change your friends, whatever. You should have those individuals that is not threatened by the things that you're doing and who doesn't mind clapping for you. I'd be so excited for just people that I know that is say people like that. Absolutely. I'd be so happy with people that I come across and that they are doing so well. You'll think that it's me. I'm so happy, especially when it's a young man or a young lady. I am so happy. And they be looking at me, but I be excited, because just to know what's to come, and that they even took the time to even get started on it. That's the thing, you all, and I'm learning with my time, you all, to be able to get started on stuff. The procrastination, just really trying to set that aside, okay? Because there's no peace in that either. If you keep saying that I'm gonna try, I'm gonna do, I hope to do, I mean, look, ain't no peace in that. Just say it and mean it. Say, look, I'm getting started on this. It's gonna go just like this. I'm gonna be able to do it just like that. Peace. We gotta speak those things, okay, as though they are. Question. Uh, do you like yourself? Oh, practicing being good and not criticizing. Hmm. How many of you all are hard on criticizing yourself? Are you hard on yourself? We are talking about peace versus chaos, and I have to touch on that. I have to touch. Are we real hard on ourselves? And I'm waiting for those answers to come in because I really want to know, do we criticize ourselves a lot? Yep. Okay. Thank you. Thank you, Musketeer Stacy. Thank you for just being honest. Okay, because this is real. In order to get self-healing, you all, yep, I am very hard. We have to first be able to admit those things that we are faced with sometimes. Okay, great. Thank you for that. Okay, my play mom. And if you don't admit those things, as far as when you are hard on yourself, yes, yes, thank you, that Stephanie. You're not going to be able to heal. And so one of the things, and Stacy had mentioned it, and that was one of the things on my list, to take care of ourselves mentally and physically. Okay. Finding things, you all, when we know that we are criticizing ourselves, find those things. Yeah, thank you, Barbara. Okay, Sister Barbara. Find those things that you are passionate about. And if you can, because we're gonna try to not criticize this, but if you could just type in one thing that you are passionate about yourself. Is it, and I know that we can find more than one thing that we like about ourselves. So I'm definitely looking for people to really put it out there. What is something that you like about yourself? Because see, people only treat you how you treat yourself, or you allow them to treat you. And so my thing is, if you can't find nothing that is good about you, then you're looking for others to see something good about you. How? When you can't even find nothing good about you. Thank you, Tasha. Passionate about helping others. Okay. Yes, thank you for that. Thank you all as you chime in and you write and you type in the things that you're passionate about. Because, see, in order to shrink how we criticize, way too kind and sensitive. I love to give. Yes, yes, man. And look. These are perfect qualities that I'm seeing here. And so if anybody sit up here and they say, oh, well, you are this way, you are that way, I want you to remember these things that you are typing in. And then you are seeing other people type in, okay, passion about cooking and helping others. Wonderful. Okay. Because look, when it comes down to criticizing ourselves, if we see the good in us and we know those good qualities, hopefully that will resurface as we are being hard on ourselves. Think about those things or those people that you have helped, things that you have did for others. Because see, if you are full of chaos and no peace in your life, you won't think about others. I'm telling you that right now. You will not think about others if you are surrounded with chaos and no peace. But if you are doing these things that I'm seeing everybody typing, and for the most part, is everybody doing stuff for other people, that means that you able to put other people's needs before yours. Look like a good person to me. I'm just being honest with you. And nobody ain't ever said it to you. You got some good qualities to me. Okay. And so when it comes to criticizing ourselves, look, I'm going to challenge you for every criticism that you come across, especially when it comes to yourself. I want you to be able to match it with something good. And then just to say, if you didn't find something good, I'm gonna even challenge you to do something good that day for an individual. Okay, I know at one time when one of my organizations, we used to just walk up and just pay for somebody's lunch. It was a good feeling too. Or if somebody was behind us and we had paid for our meal, and we would say, "Can you pay? We want to pay for the person meal behind us." Just stuff like that to make yourself feel good. Okay, to live in that peace and not in that chaos. Man, this is some good stuff, you all. Oh, grateful. This is another way that we can gain peace for the things that you are grateful for and the things that you have accomplished. If you could type in one thing that you accomplished, and we pushing for time, but I would definitely like to end on that. Something that you have accomplished, and I don't care how little it may be to you. It could be the world to the next person, because it could be something that they wanted to work on, or something that they wanted to do, and they just have not found the time to do it. And remember, we talked about time management. Okay, so what is something that you, okay, passionate about cooking and helping others, but what is something that you just want to fulfill in your life, something that you have done, um, whether it was for others, whether you had provided a family with meal, being a good friend. Thank you, Stephanie. You have succeeded with that. I must tell you, I've been knowing you for over 20 some years. Definitely a good friend. And that's important. And thank you for that, because I never knew that was something that was important to you. So I actually learned something about you in that statement, being a good friend. And that's important. What are some other things that may be important with people as we wind it down? Yes, I've traveled out of the country with my daughter annually and intentionally. Great. You have to set those times aside, and sometimes it can be hard, you all. We talked about that time management, putting off. And I'll tell you, I started off the year, I kept saying to one of our former parent, I kept saying me and her was going to go to lunch, we was going to go to lunch. You all, a whole year went by. I went into this new year saying to myself, you know what, I'm about to reach out to her. I reached out to her on January 2nd. I was like, well, before January 2nd, it was like on New Year's. I was like, I'm not going another day or another year without accomplishing the small thing. And all she wanted to do was to go out to lunch. That whether we could talk, she had a lot going on in her life, me as well. But we stepped out of our norm, our comfort zone. And I must tell you, I was just happy teaching my granddaughter and great granddaughter how to cook. Oh, okay, okay, man, okay, and that's a good accomplishment, man. That's a beautiful thing to be able to teach, because I'm learning that, a lot of people, because we live with this fast life, this fast pace. A lot of people don't have that time to cook. But look, as everyone continue to write those things that you would like to accomplish, once again, we're talking about peace versus chaos. We are trying to be a better person, be a better human, okay? Whether it's definitely to ourselves, but also to others. Being able, I am constantly being of service in another capacity by serving students with this hard work. Yes, man, when you are dealing with other people's students, I hope you how to make your 7-layer salad. Okay, you all, man, it's definitely hard when you are dealing with other people's children. It's definitely hard. Um, First of all, they have to be willing. Keeping to myself, not letting people walk all over me. Boundaries. We talked about that. Boundaries, okay? And you all, man, I enjoyed this lesson. I was like, the time, y'all, it flew. It really flew. And just remember, peace, okay, beyond all our understanding, okay? Knowing that God, Christ, Jesus will be there with you in the midst of anything. He will help build the strength. He will give you the resources that you need. If you run across people that just like to be messy, be in chaos, look at them and say, and you can't say that, girl, I'm praying for you. Man, I'm praying for you. Okay. Yes, Tasha, and that Southwest salad. Okay. Just let them know up front, I'm praying for you. You do not have to stand there and be in the midst of chaos. And as I'm signing off, one thing that I had said this year, I am calling those things out, you all. I promise you, I can't sit up here. I'm smiling. I just can't do that. If it's something that I know that is not godly, and I'm not judging anybody, but if you in my surroundings, I do control my surroundings. I got to correct you, or you're not going to be around me. And so for me, I choose peace. And I'm hoping that you choose peace. And so as we sign off, if we all can be in agreement, if you could just type peace be with you, I definitely will enjoy that. I know God will enjoy it. I know He will look upon us. Yes, yes, peace be with you. Okay, live in peace. Yes, you choose peace. Yes, okay. Choose peace. Yes, peace be with you. Absolutely. Absolutely, you all. I enjoy you all once again. If you would like to contribute, peace be with you. Contribute to Breaking Through Barriers. Our Cash App is $. Thanks. Peace be with you. Peace be with you. Thank you. Our Cash App is $BTBM Ministries. I thank you. I thank you for coming on. I enjoyed this lesson with you all. Peace versus chaos. I choose peace as well. Love you all. I choose peace. Remember that when somebody come, just say to yourself, and they won't even know. I choose peace. Okay. Enjoy the rest of your evening. Great lesson. I enjoyed this. So where you grow, bless to all. Thank you. Yes. Breaking Through Barrier Ministries. Okay. $. Any breakthroughs, anything with the Bible study lesson that you would like to share, using that word, absolutely. Just contact Shireen Hicks or Maurice Hicks or Breaking Through Barrier Ministry. We're located in Palos Heights. Definitely continue to support our Bible study. We learn together, we grow together. Peace be with you.